platform apraman ani apa ni pompa yi so the platform the cardinal nana yaw Kesseh sonsontwe sontwi asonsentwe ani nsentwitwi a ekọ batakọ braman esi no koso ato apetia mantemfi asansa krokotiako the platform so nie asisi nkondwa asisi adwa ama trankondwa trenufua bra nana yaw Kesseh the cardinal tiadwam ewo peace 104.3 FM so the platform odoso puyo ade doso ensempudium amanyosam abrabom nsam asetirem nsam ani amansa hodo so nsam ani se hodo bia de a ani ne hia na ya Kesseh the cardinal wone na pamfo our the platform dwumadie so wo peace 104.3 FM edwoda ni ukwada numre biada efri no otwekopim nondu the platform ewo peace FM ensam wasisie de aba de akro ani de yatia ni de yehu ni nyina ne wudi na apreto ani ne sombi na yensia na banu so a emia the platform chire wadwene bi Ghana ya my Ghana
Batana, Yamiesha no da, Wamanu near my penny nala, now Wamanodo. Eyasa se Batana, Empe Opu, Edia Hopueni, Nedi Babias Yasubia. Intia Seminole said, Yasugane, Anya Sapa, Dachi Chirima, Baba William for Vinia, so baby, Wabwagana.
Abusia mamunyina jo emamunyina transe anwumrei da munyina se sabria no otwe apon se maduonum yenu mode ka safidie na to peace 104.3 FM a mutie adwumadi a yefre no the platform na memfast da ema menuaba a osan ye mabedi akire ma me biama kwafo biamzi 1 ma me soja eja mini hoi koshe fuum kakra ma me biama na hwe machi ema me mo ana mo bisa me wa hin ni nyina me da mo ase se mo dwen me ho na mo bisa amase pacho me nya adwuma me wa me ko bia me nya wa men kan za bo me nya me wa ha me ko bia why me wa ha me ko mafuom kakra on se kuafo de nzuo no totosa no a anko afuo no mo abekona uru no afa onobae ni nyina na afi adwuma na adwuma ehunu me mpeso se me ye adwuma ehunu enti meja Mr. Father so mam 2 weeks bina mfankodo maburu no so de mame father we guy no de mame na eja me koye nti makodo aburu na ase aba next year me connect sem kubu aburu aba na nyina yare kama na simbia ni we basa so obi abedidi na ye peche awusafo me da mase efreme nana ya Kesseh obetimi afreme the cardinal me na me di platform dwumadie ho chiame Isaac Odro Patricia Sefafisha Elizabeth Jean Prince Bafo Asamoah Samuel Apia omo na hihye ena medi ho chiame stations ahodo abofa dwumadie nyina yedamase Rock FM ewo Takrade Uja FM ewo Agona Kwanta ena afei Mining City Radio ewo Takwa onususu ekuta modenden na se okọ enzema memuso anzema FM susu ekuta Mfela FM ewo Tamale Beyond FM ewo Enkwanta ena afei Max ewo Enchi na wode no eto enchen a Arise FM susu otwifo praso afei Cruise FM ewo Akomadan ukosunwan susu dia stations ni ye bebre nti ba bia mo wa mote enka bia the platform ena amaso egusu a motie pacho ka kire onua se ebraso se wode afidie no beto ha the platform so rebe kabi abwagana nagana beyo mo follow yen ewo yen social media handles no so peace Facebook near peace 104.3 FM said amunim no and the platform show on peace 104.3 FM afei YouTube so despite media ye ho ye di ka kire mo fira no pane se ene ye ne abrantie ya wayi ne ho asi o se daachi bia se MPP asi ahenefo motenase na mode mutumi ma no se omedi monim se emabunu do mfrefo a ubia bedi di peche na ono so yane ne betwetwe nkomo abanga asem na meke abanga Yusuf na asem na me ne eka ho anwumre ye nua abanga e wo ha sei Yakubu na mesi Yusuf no me nua na madan ne chebresa na nya hwe o nua na hwehwe no asa na seseba munya no ontena hosa ne Yakubu no kra ya me be ye no mu ni kra ma no ena nwumre me ne abanga e ba be twetwe enkomo campaign no 199 mu a etesen but before that mesere se ubeti we ama me ansa na me ne abanga Yakubu atwetwe enkomo
obia bedidi let's vote abanga Yakubu Fusaini aka MPP abanga for the National Youth Organizer obia bedidi obia bedidi Onto mano abanga MPP abanga number 1 abanga Onto mano abanga number 1 obia bedidi obia bedidi Onto mano abanga MPP abanga number 1 abanga abanga let's go together the voice of the grassroots MPP abanga oh yeah number 1 let's go together the voice of the grassroots MPP abanga oh yeah number 1 youth organizers abanga obia bedidi let's go for your abanga obia bedidi just for your abanga obia bedidi MPP memuna obia bedidi break their eight abanga break their eight let's go abanga Yakubu Fusaini aka MPP abanga aka obia bedidi peche for the National Youth Organizer vote MPP abanga vote MPP abanga obia bedidi peche let's go together the voice of the grassroots MPP abanga oh yeah number 1 let's go together the voice of the grassroots MPP abanga oh yeah number 1 obia bedidi peche obia bedidi peche Onto mano abanga MPP abanga number 1 abanga Onto mano abanga number 1 obia bedidi peche obia bedidi peche Onto mano abanga MPP abanga number 1 abanga abanga let's go together the voice of the grassroots MPP abanga oh yeah number 1 let's go together the voice of the grassroots MPP abanga oh yeah number 1 yes you are mama abanga obia bedidi let's go for your mama abanga obia bedidi youth organizers mama abanga obia bedidi MPP for you obia bedidi break their eight abanga break their eight let's go together the voice of the grassroots MPP abanga oh yeah number 1 let's go together
enti abrantie
MPP abanga oh yeah number
abanga
1
Fusaini Yakubu Nenyoma ode koni campaign mu eno no oya abrantie ode ne ho asi o se da chimbia se MPP emabunu eti ase to abama no a obeba beye wonum don frefo enwumre o studio ha se ya me ne no eba betwetwe enkomo abanga menia
Hello, Brian.
obi abedidi
Peche.
na envo ne bedi se aduane no
MPP mbabuno, Ghana mbabuno ya jitum zampa MPP amanyo kunkuto na yebebo my Ghana ma fan to my pefra.
MPP ye hu ni sesi ye
O ye koye ba.
de o sesi ye
Pa koye.
IMF MPP no
On say IMF no. Ana on say yeah IMF ni different from ya no me IMF no.
modru ho
Na be style of IMF no. Any IMF ni bio.
modru ho
On say so sine bebre wo.
mate
On say we identify a section of the economy institution be now no yenko na yen no maintenance ni yenhwe strategies ways and means I first one abebo ama o man na fa no to my pefra eno nya IMF man ya no de na eno de totally o na bibia TV nkoso we ni afutuo bi na yefo say no mo kan yetu
no sa yetu mo fo amomfa eno mo ne ɛne sɛ mo fam dan ho sɛ ɔfam no mo ode ɛbɛba IMF so na ode ɛbɛyɛ o campaign na kɔ na IMF no di ɔmo am no ɔmbɛka ho asɛm no wɔ hɔ ɔmo nyɛ mbae anyway good to see you again me ho akyɛ
me da se bra
campaign te sɛn
me da Roma ode akyɛ
enti so far emiemie a wakɔ ɛne adeɛ no ɛnsa bɛn na o ka kyerɛ o mabunu deɛ na ɔmo so ka kyerɛ wo
nana nidi kan me chia ono ma chia TFO ina na ma chia 275 constituency youth organizers TESCOM presidents across the country ne MPs less than 40 DC is less than 40 delegates are ono meto aba party mpanyinfo youth organizers no deputies across 275 constituencies in regional youth organizers all MPP members. His Excellency the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nadanka Kufuado, and Nabedi H. No Mohankanfo, Chair Party in Panifua, Chairman Papa, Adrian Kesseh, the General Secretary, our Science re-election, delegates also a confirm Majatum Sampa. Abre, no, as the Oyehan Hamadia number Panes Anqua, and Obin who, Obin Kika, TM's delegacy, the call for me, I didn't come on, MC Koyepa. Na machia enya Euro Supreme MPP national organizer si odina konya ato na okofie
okay I see enti yahwa campaign no mu abangase MPP mabunu nto abama no na omeye national youth organizer ebi any conviction
na betrase abompaye na nyame ne me kasaye se na me se me ko MP anye yie no nyame ma me no direction o ma me no vision se ni adui o pese me be som me man yokuo me som me man Ghana o kwa foforo so o pese me de start MPP mabunu so na me no mo kan tuma bom yedidi ye ho komo hwe kwan ye faso ebetima resource ya motivate ya empower na mabuna fa onto mapafira eno ne nkoma nyame ne me di ye me di ne mprennan so na kan ye so no sebe ye ni pada safu ya da sanidie ye ni tumi eni ahoden eni bibia nyankopon kuto na ono ne ose ebe ye ho ti nyame ne makasa na wa kire me kwan mama ahoden ama me yansa ama me message ame fanko to delegates nanim ti ekoye so ekoye papa na ekoye ne ko preach policy program ame force mabunu no ye boy homoden no na e was ehyemuke na e say Oliver Twist we ask for more me ba as a national youth organizer e ba be boa na yakam mabunu ni na bom ya build a more resilient, committed, dedicated, hard-working youth winger be ma party no mo be ye fe be ye de na be ye akono na national youth organizer metiem se me hia mabunu MPP mabuna wonom ebe pie aba India numbers sa youth winger na mpese me ba na ba be build the test corner be jinane na so be ya kono obi ko class crowd be timi se me sacrifice class akọ ti se de na ye mu bi e de classes eto ho na papers bi kra na ni kwase fairly because of odone pepa na o ma party no sa test corner institution na person build a robust youth wing MPP senior MP bit wa around the day no obeyi na ni afi the constituency youth organizer so so nim say the national youth organizer adwen no ho be hyehyɛ ne ma create access opportunities ma resources akɔform manensa kabi to ye youth organizer ombefa wade so a ombefa wo ha obia omfa mbambeto wo MP so wo chairman wo DC so na oba wo de ba beto me national youth organizer me ena me national me ba national youth organizer enti bibia fa na mabunu ho bia no say me ba be yi MPs DCs ministers CEOs me ba be te o ma de so ano so ko so pressure no how be be down so eti na nia me kan no eti me wo policy wo programs a ma hihya ko nche kura bi go krata so a go na ya go through pa be sampa yese yesunu kura ne ye de yesunu de moto kura
na so kura konkron
yes to be on say obeso ansu anso mo say bi modu pa ebi attack me policies wotime nye oboa ye pese wo mo de omo de ye ba ne hu ne ya on pese omo ye e man pipi mabu ene na esi ye twen okay me ba yi me ba say me ba be de 10 quarry site a be resource mbabu no mo found to my pay fra I was say o person who say man you need be consistent sabe be
wow team enemy ya
but I know
10 quarry site Ohanzika
I say quarry no want to a different way also go first kind of way
mamentiasi
ba be chom what you say quarry no enye wo and I do sika kwakoye odi so be identify boba no Ghana ni ba bia betimi aye bi from nowhere from no good background to some yam yes be krasi ni medie na emwa eden a enye yurajo mbodu en commitment na wani mu ti ni America mo ati ase titiri na ne se kwawe no identify boba no na eda ba bi ye EPA for us so hwe we embenya environmental issues bia emben kro na emu so ntwe bebire se ne be ya trucks na be kwa ebe ma bo na be kosoro na ma form meto na wo hwe na lucrative ya very suitable environmental no one say on abrofo Ghana ha no emu 70% o ha na de o mo hwe mining in a quarry business very lucrative na bibie na adwene ma so wodi wani akobo boba no so keke na boba de ya odia now I started processing. I go huna nanom between sa. Na obe identify what pick coordinate obe submit Minerals Commission application. Enya den o pedwa yi na ne bo enya den. En costo even more than o ped ayi no kra concession angasa. It should not reach even 100,000 cedis. Enu eti we know enya na obetua. Nyana betia who identify na investor na show interest no on the logistics equipment ni na beba won de woman say wa ba he boba na ye dia itine de ma ona wo de usika na obi bia awram ye beje 10% on say brofo no mo ye wad na mo ye bad nso ti wo say ya hihye bibia documentation ya wie no no say na ya me monton ma me wo to obetima atam $2 million abeto table so na ho po wan unye be ma kukudu for betem says kanako na me kwa mi atabanga de
10% dey so
insa
isha
and okay on the system na down on my mo no
I mean can credit you free to gold or my way say sa near than 3% 1.5 2.5 sa bisine gold ay to Ghana ha ho asase mu na wo asase abrofo no ba technology
enti on the person search them one aje oman amamra no onom tenase na omo hye for
no but say you wo na wo mute idea no me believe is that ubetimi apre for more than
yes,
that 10%. This 10% na de bade na behind people mabunu nye 10% asem. 10% they were form.
Any forms are on the a capital intensive business.
Meaning batisha.
On the machines ne ho aka de no. They come to ask you. Me are very intelligent pa. Na me hye adwuma we ya otwan na nipa na committee no hold the machines the fidie na abaso wi aso ma be yen
shabo emfa no so say because on your expert nti na bia wo de onyanze besisi no mempene sa me pese mu nye no fair at least 15-20% kra na mu benya
unya
ene mo mpa bosia na mo mfanya wade
unya
na mo mpa bosia na mo mfanya wade
na ya sa kan unya
ade na unya
na say kwari o Ghana he no hwehwem do na Ghana ni
Ghana ni titru yem fa adwene nko hontra yem fa adwene nko
ye betimi aye o beto on say ne
o abanga onim me ma adwene ye me say wo kan say bia obet identify quarry site be 10 at a go na wakope investors say o mo me develop sa quarry site 10 ni nyina mfa ma no se baako MPP fo amotuwe pass MPP mabunu mani abre mo afre Brian the champion Kennedy Japan napo opike den fisher oniska efensen afenyo marking afenyo marking na mo amoma make jamfu amakon ho se oketi ene ade mo mo ayen ne develop sa iwe a mo betumi develop quarry site baako na mo de aye adwuma mo nya sika na mo de develop de aka na mo nya 10%
na ya onze obia ne ba nia wa ho den betimi nia wonyansa ne nyame kasa kire kwan pa ofo so ya beboa no
odwene 10% ma mo adwene ne bi aka ho faka ho
onya mro so na ya obebe ya business sabi minimu
wa wo match
yes and you know sabi ya say bobo chichi nsu ase be ka cho se den chama no po a yeni na chine na no kwa no me 10% na me ka na ya eno kwa ya lucky no Quarries are Ghana have brought in the own into do na. Omoto free Ghana for an chain. Omo percentage. Any briska.
Good. That is the point.
The
fact say abanga ti had the campaign now ye but a hand there. O can time na me there. It is because obi $1 million etu homa Ghana na ho ohu po sa ne ho pre no but the ref is $1 million no e be a year or two scanner
no correct
but sa quarry na wo de man nipa na wo je say scanner wo say capital intensive thing do one man be about 70 or 80 years
me that say eno na person me catch mo ba no
develop concept ni ye tina me so me ma wo
na wo say
tie abanga tie wo na me nimu no me ma wo metena me nimu ha e me kan kire me say 10% is enough e ma me tie ase
wo say na wo say ultimate system na sa as wako room na room no omo ye adekora na so ngwa kwase system edene
onim baby Ghana do sesi tie baby Ghana do sesi se mo ba na mo pe position na se mo say status quo na mo pese mo ye dia munyai na de ohono ngo
nana on say me say ya mitiai me nyo bi asebe me for say obi be sisi me sa on say o start quarry business and say bi aluvia tam excavator me no me san ko me no course na wo start di no e capital intensive e ho crusher ne ho niam na ade beba no e very very expensive business it no nipa bi wo ne ne deal on gaso bi o broni o expert o force o sisi no pre crop and am say nia obedie 10% me bi anim obi bi anim but when you first be hye ne be create abe manjuma na mabu na nya biaye no na 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 yese ye na boba ne da so obi anko ho come so the youth enkoye unya obi nko o ka 20 na so menya okọ obotu e de so obekọ me na da even percentage to kan nya me a je na tie o be fm pa onje percentage obeka so otua o ka no waje hwe mani campaign ezinana
na de anton so ade ne beba
eno so otia
eno so ne asem no yete gold ho a o matu mfazo be ne yenya
eno na me kire oba no eti me concept am me dia no kra na yesa wote mase dodo na ton mo moji sika ko
so
ba me ye nton ina ya unya wote ma me kire mu ka obeti obun
e bia na mate ase ba bia o gina sisi ade me nya nte ase
na dodo na ate ase
me ka se dodo na me se me
ate ase onze quarry no on tiase who say on tiase we some sheda do trans na me cheche send your business in any city say ade aka be man be don hwere mienu don hwere miensa na me do fa sa quarry ni titiem de afa man ni ma
15 minutes ya 12,000 so obetimi a be tuaba ma usi na me fa don hwere mienu no ma
oh eti nala quarry business any new business a sebe eye bayira berwajo da bi capital intensive to o nya 10% wo ma enya bad for the start obitima ye new negotiation commodity ekoso no but wo ko 50 na womba obekọ
onko
yes nana adwuma iso no eda ho bia ma mabu na ye bia ye this is the time me for say as babu no ame ba pese me kam babu no bom no wo gina wo na so na me mbe fa mani ntu obi as on so ye ya say ye be bom pa e be company we open we ncha akwa kwaji bibi ono so pressure da no so how da no so o hwe onabo ofenyo man kenza wo ko no constituency a the din your household name the beer project near nya common fund or the personal money supply laptops in there yes we the house and got no so as obo obi asan bra ni so ona bo Kennedy says obo ni din e ka ona bo Brian eti me for say ya wo kan na
obi
the American say
ma me nkire wa de meji wa no siye that's na me ne obi din komo obi later me ka kire me nka no sisi ahwe Ghana ha say it no ye na ase ye nheda enhu ye ne ma ye yie ntra se obekwa kofa broni na obeba e bia concession bi da ho wafa 95% broni na fa wo onya ne capital nyina odeko Canada Japan mo a omuti hei despite mo omuti hei miso for Dr. Forisa pono ne ade omuti hei these are people your nipa wa Ghana ha se amasa omo skada dem asika no e pa adwuma ye but e bia mo hwehwe ni yie ntra
na
mo hwehwe sankofo na mo ma omo sa meba tax incentive ay de ma brofo no a sa China ni India fo omba hey tax incentives ay de ma omo no say ye hwe Ghanaian owned businesses ane first entrepreneurs near mom sa incentives ni bia meka to say ombegia ye amamfa so abaso
ana onze waka
ode
wano ka
menga hwe bi
ode wano don yura ebi wo
wona wo kan sa
eti de meka ne say process no obia no onze asa me kokuma se na minim se me kwan ni na ode me fa ebia ka so kwan no eso so minim se dodo ai fa na say poku ase kwan dey short straight minim gata minim porto minim bumping wo hobia sa kwana na mefa so tinane ya wo de yan tie de me meka no
but okay so I also tie say no so nkyere say no kwan kwan fa go kuma say
me awe but kwan doors but we is mum e short e be boa me san nim kwan so yi a bumping ne porto se ne meka no me fam wo peche tinana say me semre no na nya me chere say e ba be de 10 quarry site I de ba be resource you to
na bunyam 10%
okay
bunya bia 10%
ebenya na me calculate 10% do granyi saketo
I see
and yes saketo quarry a very expensive business ko be be a distance no be ton 6,000 5,000 5,005 the unya be cra 4,000 cra very expensive business I me for say this is the time as you take your own destinies into your own hands as youth of the party na da bia dia ni beto ni paso na say be top pressure man crofo na mfo say eno na mfo say be ya ebeboa mamabunu no fa ntoma pa afria keti access ama esa recruit mabunu no youth organize oni adwuma opeso ya adwuma wo no e betua na kama Tescom president wa we school Tescom members party for say omo pa adwuma ye wo no ye be fa omo na omo nya adwuma ne bia ye obi wa e wie so a be sa build 20 community mining site 20 community mining site mining site na nya dia ne building na air ne say obesi build 10 community mining 20 anya dene e be identify lands no omo hwe bi alluvial land isu Kesseh enda ho e be say so no according to Minerals Commission rules EPA mra ministry nemra chin community mining we anya illegal mining obi ka say illegal mining we nya illegal friend community mining abai no hyehyeye and e de aba say be better pressure and nkrofo be say nsuo na wonom de cyanide mercury e be say nsuo no na say asase no minister yansem president hyehyeye pa odi agu apono so ahyemo kena minister abefo kwan so akofa fidie a de aba and otime chegudie no kra close 90% a boa ema adano na ye de washing plant up and down go betwen obewie na be 30% pe na obeyi no minister hyehyeye kwan so no so kra na ba beboa ama eno aba be replace illegal mine na nkrofo ye de sense o sasa no ti be ye bi na ya bo ko ye ne aban de aba o si timi ye na shafoforo nkran na mo gya nsuo na mo se gya kwaye na mo tugu no na wonom so timi ye bi na boa na generate a lot of resources be nya bi tima mo fo na okro mo no be nya adwuma ye social amenities we say in school be there say be ye ni na so ni wie so ayu do ngene be nya so ye na de a de beboa na de ba be resource ye youth want we businesses are illegal businesses are illegal business be anim we open as yi enam so munni idea fa ho ni policy omonti ade na senti no ogire ba bia ontime nya na bomochiji finsu ase be ka cha so den chama no pa is edi na chini onti ase ya frame abanga bi no ade no ye ne say maybe tell me you ma ban office bia o na ya oti abanga na wo se oti ni hu yes but nyese bia bibi Kesseh bia na meya ni ade these are the opportunities I me for say me so no me nya nipa boni ni me nya timodenfo tete ye manya nimde o bibi mu a o se me ne member bu ni share we na free consultation na me ma yo ti anu fo esu kura beti mesua we be boat corruption so we be create employment we be reduce unemployment drastically our boys ni be nya bia ye e bi kura so be nya hu nimde a ono be form back door akwa create bia ni na be boa na ama my na find to my befra to me as national youth organizer na me boa me man ya reduce unemployment me boa me man ya corruption so na ya na boni am ye ene de hen na ya ye be ye gold ne bo e scapa o 1 kilo of gold and I'm over $60,000 yan kola zika I would even one site beat me amount 4 kilo a month but let's assume so better to ka be wie kra no land ne ya wa nya kra be 2 kilos 1 month be nya be yan fan say de ni mrade e pe one side pe e fe ne say one side be 1 kilo times 20 kra say na $60,000 kwa convert almost $1.2 million so convert it ba cedi sa na ya he na obenya this are near ma me for say ye nya adwen money ne ye ni adwen pa ma ye ho mabunu se ye mpese be ko ye nim ti no da no obi furo kwa ye mpia no nto fom ne ne nyepe ye mu bi de e gina na so se de aka no eno ana me se ye se de me pese me ye bi aboa ma mabunu fom to ma pefra me ye e ba be ye timber business abom be twanua kwan papa so eye o green Ghana ene se mo o ka se ye twanua gu a forest commission ni wa na ya e wo ho eti onfo ye megbu forest commission mra no so e be famra papa kwan so nhihye ya e be boa na omomra no so no ye be di super help na ye twanua ni bi ye be je compartment ni bi na ye twanua na ye nya ska gom de manage ye youth wing ye be ye ye be dia soya beans or the four northern regions 5 but savannah no mun ya soya enti ono ye be ye kwawi oma identify aboba bi wo ho ye di ho djuma no for kwawi ni bi identify ya sate ye ho feasibility studies enche bia bi nukra guswa de 100 day no be eka kone de em se awie mu die ya ano no na me fo se ne me kan ina no e radio se na me ti ameka se na ya me nye obi a me ditro say ma be jam kan ye mintimi ye me kan ye mintimi ye obi a tie me bia hu se me consistent with my word central with asema me kan o the same thing asema me kan o western the same thing ashanti me try me message me jina me na so don hwere me no deliver consistency a obi a hu sampa abanga no nye nyatwom onye obi a oba be twatro oba be gu no wani ma se aba be zan krofo opetumi kekenti me be man 6 months wa kram de mintimi ye nana me nka se me ye de me mintimi ye no me nka me message campaign na nyobi a ekuta me mu abedu sa me benzo yo 1.5 year magina me na so it tells you said they make in anya agro any yi na me ye e radio so na metie so bi atam bibi pudu obi de abrami a on kan yenti yes intinana de make an say obi be chako business
obi abedidi
be chako business
okay
na yes share better business ani na be boa a generate resources be making be resources TESCON members across the country youth organizers see this guy we na be come nchan yo na emu bi ye be yibi e dey come TESCONs because the youth is na say na TESCON ya bi o na percent ten no fit you doing genemo na say constituency bi o wa TESCON operate different youth organizer operate ya be come ina bom o ina be ye adwuma bom say youth organizer no TESCON president na shewase she ya me fa so de bia resources na ba e beti na bia come nchan 5,000 every month I mean who is a dozen say TESCON institutions over 286 TESCON institutions benya ni na ena da no anopa awia nyumre omoko class ko tena se pon be 6 pm be at this time be a weekends omoma kwan kra wo be 4 months be 5 months na ade o titini na afi mu a enkyere so ana ya na me for say TESCON deserve better say den hye papa na ye pese TESCON e ya kono na ye kra behwe na say gina ne na so na dem say na tie say na ye nim na before the campaign bia na ekofo ma na be say revival no na manage ne na so a na say the resources ekum eno na meba ye ba be ye TESCON no ye tete TESCON for in such a way say ye ba be align TESCON for to appointees ministers DCs MPs na o ma bento omo e bia schools we ya ma mo DCs na MPs ministers CEOs we be 10 omo na be mento mo enye se bia sika betentete ye kwan so kwan be so na fa so be du be die odui na wono mo enya disua nya ntete efro mo na no eno ne me ade am fo se eya ebeboa ma party afa no to my prefer TESCON president sa wie school in atifie eno ma hye won bo say me bad the next first 1 month no me make sure say e be che o maguso na so manya adwuma ne bia ye on the party level no high before say be man aba forma no no matifie no ya observe bia be hye nkran even though aban na bo no homody over the years a create access a recruit am motivate mabunu dodo na am for say send Oliver Twist kind no there be almost say they ask for more I say for more I believe say you're more right I was me as mabunu so no da no ye be gina machi na ne am hwe no kwan papa so I first so I be gina machi tawe ne create access na e bia so won so no eno na mpese ba be ye
mate awanga branding ho etinya de e be kasa ache bebre sa but ansakwa da memo akọ in the next 2 minutes MPP youth are 80 unyina mpacho kasa kire o
now
da be me say MPP mabunu man kasa me
kameba na me kwia na made no aba be twato
ni nyina be hye 2 minutes num to
fa kakra ka mo mesrewa cause you starting nkoma idi na ya uti ofa kra minute time ni na
o start ya nka o yeru you
edinala ya on say me tie sie youth no hia me pa o ebi o atena moto so ne na twa itia pai ne nan wanya accident obi yare ebi hyedem ebi kura ya formal officers on my mobile na me force me a me nkwala dwen minim de papa kwan so ne odo me woma party woma me youth ninti no my ye insurance package policy be life insurance 50,000 e de ama youth organizer and the deputy bia na na ya ka 50 no so ye masho and then just insurance package 50 ninti me ko 50,000 and la je ba ko bia da bi tua reasonable amount at the end of the day no abeboa na abo youth no ho ban ahye won kran do nim so kono konya accident a insurance package no de hospital kra na ka bia beba chiri bia no o mbetua nyame mfa sa amba ofiri mu a oba na betimi akwaje 50,000 no after insurance campaign no ho ebi a pure water bi no peso oton moko brodo bi no peso oton a ebeboa no otimi da hwenkwala no so anya aduane adi na ma oja maame papa bi wachi no yakokra list ahwekra na bi so ayede aso so for say niama we ne niama a o se ye ne de bo ye youth na chi ban ye mo mo gina mo na so sampa adwuma mo ye so ye ni na bibi to won so a ye dwen wo ho me de obi omunim so bia be di de nya se bia aduane nko a ne ade ye ba be no a adidi na so mu didi o youth no dia magia tum so mbedi di sura di form no mbedi di sura di form a na fameko na yen youth no ye commanders ye from commanders o ye youth organize your commanders na police for the omudi two na command soldier for the two command ye dey timi fa san command ye dey boto ye so say dey botom e command it no na dey before say timi ma party no jira na so logistics equipments support a omuhia ye ba be supply PA systems public address system dey ma constituency bia on the your own program plastic chairs almost abeka megaphones adia adom the day in community boy ben obitima connect no tin dey mo sole obo wana na obi aso ate and am for say nyama we ene bebre ka ho a ye ebeboa timen you doing a business center and a purely officer it will be headed by youth organizer me ye mo say central for na start frefre pa obi kura frem no say omo regional youth organizer a businessman to one farm na am so munyanto boase tam ni nyandu ye omunyanto boase na bere no so ma be on kan be fa so
na omonto so ma banga
ye be yo business center sa office na purely sa kwa wi ni ama ma wo boso nyina no e wo me office wa and no will be headed by a regional youth organizer me send a factor na ma hye me hye no say bia immigration headquarters a e wo say party for so munya adwuma ni bia ya omunya ya fa ne say Cote d'Ivoire for omunya Burkina for e bia hye papa a youth organizer bia liaison office or immigration office say adwuma akoso no nim say adwuma akoso kwa be ne fa so yeso e bia bia ma yamba bunu no eno ne ania ma me for say ya boa ya party for en hye papa police service is military be bia agencies ni na benya youth organizers ko bi kwa be consensus youth organizers omudins no e benya reps na ye be support o motivate o man encourage o makra every month
obia
eti na o ma me sema mienu say me nfa ka bi nchire youth no eti nana dia me ka kire PP mabunu no say me sra won ko to jogu fam so on ka me nia me de manu aka bia anya kontompo enya damrama enya rodo sem na ma ba be ka enia ma metimi aye ti me sra mo ada omomwa na nia me de simendo so ebebo ama party na fa no to mapafria no ombe so machi no abo machi ho ban na yetimi akwa akwaje me entie de wo ntimi nya no obi ba tie ni message me call constituencies regions ni na no na me manyina ba bia mba obi achi o ma nka so obi ntimi nya oba aka ne obetimi aye wo so obi atake abanga mrani sand o so ntakrache te me sre delegates 275 constituency youth organizers no deputies regional youth organizers MPs less than 40 mi aminua OPK otie ka ho ti OPK okoto ayesa okai me DC is less than 40 ministers and MPs obia bia oto aba ni bia no na sire won say ono men kai me na abatu aye betue na ma ya adwuma o ena go na medie ena na oni me abanga kasa next 2 weeks
now a
national youth organizer
of the MPP
Obi sampa ya adwuma e wo form
obi abedidi
ni ayetie OPK ti omu ina wo form
obi abedidi
eti na me ka kire party for so say yakoye balloting no yakọ voting results baaye na me da number me din na dasoro yesa akoye balloting hyehyɛ bibie ewie ye matimi anko me nua madamfo oboaboa me oba no buru no me friend P na aid eben former UDSS president odin sabo mu na wayi number 1 na kire se onyankopon ede ne nsa atome so send nyame
Abanga Fuseni Yakubu ya number 1 nyeza
ozi
Abanga Fuseni Yakubu ya number 1
ena make say nyame ma anod ye mose kasamafo a obema Abanga bedi national youth organizer nyame ma David na ne din enka ahini ehoma mu a na obi afo se David nka ho nyame ka se akaba akono ye hwehwe no na David same kofe ne baaye ne yesi ne hene ema ne yeye nyame boy ema Joseph ana ne nuanom ato na atwene otimi nya yempeno ya ton no wonum nku no onko se no David ebe ye odefo nyame hye ne dia ne monyam na Joseph na ema ne so eba mfaso ema bi so ne nuanom me dia I say na na waye kom me obi am suro nyame pa eti dia mekun me se Awurade kon nyame kon Awurade ne kon ti magya bibia ma nyame se me ni mekon kon nyame kon bi ma me to Yankopon Kuto, Undimanim, na Kai, the Namin Quashia Biansi, Prebiansi, na message no dia Shama no de bia mekano. O mama botre, mama Siahunu, mama Yansa, mama Gidie, mama ahoden soronko ada ne da no, mekoso agina me na so ne bia mekono meka sempa e de akere me delegates. Ana
we are no aba me abesia ko evangelism. Yeah, evangelism.
Next 2 weeks. Try me next 2 weeks. Obaba no na on the next national youth organizer. Ena edin komo ma me say onyame ebeton ehirasuo na domsuo go so me chew bibia bi wa onya daje etie me na ohwe me onyame nhirawo na mo me time ne de wo fa dodo na wo me police am de abai kwa wi woni mo
as my funny time dodo na anyway abanga mame fancy ya me sure say benya kwan akasa ansa na time no aso abanga Fusaini Yakubu na ose obi abedidi peche na platform eno aso egusu a utie abanga ena me no etwetwe enkomo no ena busuanfo bia menua ma ensa bi wo National Scholarship Secretariat Evelyn obapa Evelyn one obapa Adwoa ena Rita me mamadwo gidi yesa mo ho ye pa me che obia Dr. Mrs. Beatrice afia dai me da se so se eja wo so hwehwe me kira kwan abawa radio ewo UK unu kunu Mugabe original Mugabe me mamadwo honorable Banamu ako wo so Manchester me mamadwo Barbara mame fo a wososo wo UK me mowadwo ene eye Joy Bell ya bibi ene ye ne birthday Joy Bell baby a wo bia ye ma happy birthday or US eti mowadwo ye nuan ma mutie en wo takwa so mutie e wo Dynamite FM eno so e wo takwa Dynamite fo na napoku ne dom so ye ma munyina adwo general manager ye ma unu team nyina adwo e wo Dynamite FM a eno so e wo takwa na ene no enkomo wo pono so pa enti ye said that en celebrate and your topic ni simple say he say Ghana call IMF e wiase nyina aye denti e na Ghana so etwa ho a entwa e na yakọ IMF ana say e bra ye hubo ene aduane a yedi ya ye ni yie enti e na yaye ne sa ene no ye be kọ down memory lane kakra ye kọ down memory lane no eba na fe ya behwe na ye ne ewura no mienu Honorable Davis Opoku Ansa OPK Neta friend we MP and prior so on the ticket of the MPP. Lawyer Chumberma a private legal practitioner member NDC's national communication team. Penifo mienu and atnasia many or more air barber to and como me papanum asofo ene minuanum Reverend Father Emmanuel Kujo Obin and Reverend Father Hilary Agbenosi and Father Salifu me mamunyinajo mabawai Father maba njezi akọ Bible study disappoint them maba now yam come memory lane kakra 1:25 p.m. 19th April 2015 sa tweet we a tweet and Nana Akufo-Addo ne Twitter page 1:25 p.m. April 19, 2025. Also Twitter for iPhone. Also for the first time in history, an oil-rich country, some 5 years into oil production, is seeking a bailout from the IMF. Mampeni Akufo-Addo ni. Akosia menu, mi amini aba akosia menu. Onzi, akosia menu. We message or share with Dramani Osman and 10 others 22nd March 2019 or say competence. I just want to touch the hem of his government. See humility. Like Moses, he has brought us out of the IMF wilderness. I hear the staff have organized a Kenke party in celebration. Too beautiful. Motivation is everything. We're proud of you. Only competent people will like this post. Hey, Akosia Menu. We are 2019. Ghana Web and a publisher we say, and it comes to the photograph of Ken Ofori-Atta, Kunkum Namaye. Or say, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has ruled out another romance with the International Monetary Fund, maintaining that sufficient macroeconomic gains have been made to prevent a return to the UN-backed institution. We so Ken Ofori-Atta and all the way to just Sunday, 31st March 2019, and all the way to her. Now 19.6 said 19 years saying 7 19.6 7th February 2022 Twitter for iPhone JM's teachings. Government must, as a matter of urgency, borrow a leaf from our sound approach towards the challenges we faced in 2015. We immediately convened the Senchi Economic Forum. His homegrown policies to his homegrown problems led us to the IMF for IMF solutions. Gabi Ochere Dako at Gabi Dako. Ghana would not return to IMF so far as NPP remains in power. Dr. John Kuma. April 5th, 2022. Deputy Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. John Abuntia Kuma, has said, a message of the State of the Nation address delivered to the House by President Akufo-Addo has given Ghanaians hope that the nation will not under any circumstances return to the International Monetary Fund. April this year, John Kuma. Okay, so we did July. Now in 2017, Finance Minister Ken Ofuriatta denied reports circulating that the government was going to the IMF for a program support to address the country's rising debt stock and economic pressure. Despite a survey by Bloomberg about the rising debt, which was at about that time $335 billion and had become a thorn in the country's economic flesh, the MPP continued to assure Ghanaians that an IMF bailout was never an option. But today it is. We 2017, Ken Ofuriatta, and what do we say? Etuja. Now, March 22nd, 2019, there was a Kenke party in the inner court of the Ministry of Finance on Friday, March 22, 2019. The participants were the staff of the ministry and all the people who claim to have worked tirelessly to ensure an end of Ghana's ties with the International Monetary Fund. It was supposed to be an end of relationship and the beginning of a strongly advocated Ghana Beyond Aid, but that was not to be. In the build-up to the 2016 election, the New Patriotic Party continuously highlighted and condemned what they said was the incompetence of the National Democratic Congress, especially when the NDC government at the time turned to the IMF for an economic bailout. It was a $918 million loan and conditionalities that were expected to stabilize the economy. The conditions are blah 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 blah. I don't know. Let's just say President Akufo-Addo introduced Ghana Beyond Aid program in 2019, and it was supposed to be Ghana's survival without international aid such as IMF. And also 2019 as year came. But the American baby Kuku we say on Friday, 1st July 2022. Under the hands of the Honorable Minister for Information, Kojo Ponkroma, or say, Obampeniash and Finance Minister say, only IMF won't got Nasi and Chuchun Komo, Nafi, Young Kongope, and Moi, and Friho, into MPP4, yes, say, a ban is same. Mokanza Mujamonum Ankasa, some de Mokabi Kroma. We have the men, we dien, na. More kind budget no cry nyanye ye approve imponi about appropriation po na of amakwata na jonoa na jobete no sorry tobut matwam ebesinne tobut ya anye amakwata nso bi anye ne hwe wafa ne ho adi free mo kai se ebrebi mebebo ye ka muntie no dabi na mo behunu e wo platform we so kire MPP4 mo aso odin dodo Moswording, you to move for a yam on Fana Moswording. Adding, Eddie and Qua, Omampenia Kufuado. Sa candidate Kufuado Nani was a we are fair and firm, no, and you know the presidency, Siano. Ah, by bay, Anna, what about the year 2017 to 2022, reshuffle Bozu, Untimina reshuffle. Adding, Eddie. Eti the ministers ye mau mampeni the ministers ye tie mau ministers ya mampeni na appointee omo nsuro no mampeni omo fa unye hu wo so te wo nka hwe na nka ministers de uye hu a adwo asafo agya ministry ho akotena brochire 1 year yɛda so tua deka na ɛbɛyɛ ne nkɔ IMF 1 year yɛda so tua adwo asafo ka adai sɛbi adwo asafo nko ano wɔ ba wɔ MPP adwo asafo wɔn nko ano wɔ ba lawyer ni ɛwɔ MPP mu obetimi agenda minister ɛnyɛ ya hwɛ ɔmampani wunim paa sɛ wa Greek minister adwuma a wɔde hyɛ ne nsa ɔnyɛ wɔnam no ɔduadua signboard wo a Greek minister deɛ nka happy new year fa ho bɛn a Greek minister happy new year wasɛm wa dua signboard na dua ma wodu sɛ hwikramo korum kra ne signboard si hɔ ɔno abo free yakoto wishing you a happy new year na bi si oni enya fertilizer nto mo ka sɛ meka kyɛ mo platform has to say honorable free yakoto president dia all pay the ticket over ya tan so aye na dwen say wo mo supply fertilizer on tua wo mo ka e no manya bi atua ne ka mo de bi aba campaign man ka sa so anjere mo platform so ha e na da ho no e na fertilizer wen fertilizer na wen because can over ya tan so who say o tua first agric for no so ka on benya bi akoma minister so ba ba de obeba be gina ho say o pe president yedi ene o na ntua enti ene akuafo nya fertilizer man benin you should be aware of these things. I'll be surprised. Aware. You should be aware of these things. Okay? I will say this now and forever. Say Ngana your maya ye ni abrea and kobi ti se kwesi amoakwata. Enye say yi na se so man penu yi na dikekewu. By this time, esese ko jina court. Because on faga na mra nye hwe. Amoakwata had no business whatsoever to say to wetwam. Adia ye dia ko parliament akwa ye ho mra. And I feel na ifs and buts and at the end unam ho wada sa ade kwa adam akwata ni ho a unya obia mode abufu we mintimi ne nya adwuma we mempe no we wo mu ade monhwe obi ti se Dr. Marcus Be Yeboah. Look at the stature of somebody like Marcus Be Yeboah. And he den na ban we obi ti sesibe and then before money men to manage Ghana's economy kofa IMF financial service ama ba chere say mo sorry munya we mo high plane bi mu ntukwan ma munye we IMF na meka we nkyere mo. Where is Dr. Baumia? Where is Dr. Free ba ko na fan say akoto afri ekwada tafo MP no owei Dr. Marcus Be Yeboah omo wei aden some have the men ene so MPP a mismanagement and I say a global crisis. Honorable PK Majo.
Can
say
yeah. You are doomed to be away. There's me here be brave. Me get yourself here.
Oh, Damiadum.
Sappy Pepe.
Damiadum, me when you pa.
Let him say, yeah, better lamb.
There be Montom la Masonet din. Mason had din MPP for Mason din dodo.
But so for being a can as was singing in a year.
And yet, Unia, I didn't catch Unia, I didn't yet.
Well,
one Casanca, Mopa. Yanka said, H.A.B.A. and Edabing, and Edward. Yanka said that now to send Ghana to general election. Men this in Nibia and to be. Ma a offense neutral for Nibia and to be. MPP for Nkwa and for MPP president Mubelusu. I'm not going to make a show. One Casacasamo party macra, or Mabamobu, the Moyeno.
Well, I mean, what did you quite
the monks enough from
Nana and somehow cannot dear.
Monks enough from
a dear Dinkai, minimum meet me a shall say that I don't know. Dear Dinkai, I'm say, my main Fakoyan church food now. Na means Santia, men Peswaso for 1 year and I'm say, oh, be any poor rupees FM or price or the poor Nakoto because Senia and Ranty and I share flyer no on the various platforms. No, me cram yam shishime, but can't see man can year. Senia can watch na Kotwaba, and I know what to yam. NG, I am extremely careful. Na me domasi bebre say, Abribiano, one more a support to MP, I want to do medium. And then someone walking in, Sabio, me jidi se Ghana ye yo muntina, oti studio has say kikan kandi okano. Because a buying share, a buying butaye,
any near Messia buying Subiano, a Kagana near Bia. And I buy an argument say economy not to Japan some Tianko I am my will be Uncle Da. It affects everybody. It doesn't know MPP, neither does it know NDC. Ain't he on mine dear? I should dear dying in ISO. So you're journalist, so you're so for, so you're MPP, so you're NDC, so you're wine. I should dear also say you'll be concerned about the nation. And the cardinal, and then I remember about Basu Bebre. Someone waka Bebre, no. But did you say I'm penny 40? Dear, here will move, say was 82 young phone, you'll be 2 young phone.
More you to move over.
Now, cardinal,
how?
The Edin kind. Say a fiada information minister, they be two just here called IMF no. Ghana fo bebre a kire wana dwene. Na saa na de chichire man sebio kebi mami amamuo no saa na tie. That is the beauty of democracy. Se wo bitimi kire na dwene na wo so tumi kire wa dwene. Ananse yesi bibi koso na obia timi di na no tumu ene wo ko Facebook everybody is talking about IMF. Wo ko Twitter people are talking about IMF. Sebi WhatsApp a whole draw, even constituency WhatsApp a whole draw. People are expressing their opinion, and for me, that is the way to go. I was a Ghana and Ibia must contribute to nation building and also contribute to national discussions. Me da obi bia ase. Na obi be bisa no ho say, ene IMF a Ghana yesi e kono. Jedin kind people are painting the picture say, as I say, we call IMF wa, as I say, why boni bi.
Debbie, and your man for a picture.
And I know where you are. I mean, I understand.
And you'll be not painting in my record on that street. Say you'll be na Sanka da move the mobile man penny mama de na wo no. Move from yana moko e party no. Meba,
and it is so because in Zambia MPP4 Ebiaka in the past. And untinama ene and Crawford feel say as a say also call IMF wa e boni bi. Me say bonnet. And of course, I had made certain comments I make in the past, including me. I'm here, my you know. Some of the comments I make in the past, no, not unfortunate. But of course, and now, oh, people created the impression. Say, IMF cried, and they just say, "Oh, you're some."
Because MPP created,
and today. The NDC is also committing the very mistakes.
Forget about the NDC. Let's deal with the MPP now. Forget about the NDC.
I think that the object of my comment, is to appreciate all points now we make.
Okay.
And I think I have done that.
Okay, to us.
Say NDC for the IMF campaign. I think say to a larger extent or to some extent, they are justified because you see I buy the ball teaching. And no one the boba. It is a omo dear buy, and I ADC, I know yes a trapia, and I say you done near many Ghana for who say NDC party no, and they were management of the economy near there, and now better MPP are catching it so no. Omo who say on the bay politics, a man yourself the sanity. But a crime mechanic say, and ne CTA 4th of July 2022. Yengina asudie dae so obi biara we Ghana ni bia no we need to find a way of forging ahead as a people. And now dia beto so a Ghana fo nyina ka bi IMF no. We be say na IMF no eno ne de hekra nana. IMF no say yeti hei say bio akwai say de o join press bia sorry.
David.
Na say bio Udo Memeko ewa Presby sorry. You are a member of the men's movement of the Presbyterian Church. Here in Ghana, we are part of over 190 countries are joining IMF. Now IMF na sudi ni say I was so boa say be ya amama wo draw one joining na wo musika sem ebegina yi. Kwan e be fa so a there will be fiscal discipline. Say omusika sem no sebio won kase won be bibia en na won be ye kwan be fa so betimi bie nyuma in the various countries ahodro any etie na ye kase Ghana we are a member of the IMF. Cote d'Ivoire joins the IMF over 100 90 countries. And it's important say we explain to Ghanaians.
The when they in the Dantian.
Etinana. Say name it here. I'm who dey am ko by the BA. Nana. I simply could say ene onyankopon madum ebia Michael Ekwo ni me wo apampam store bi won okanhia me de didwa kakra busumi bia na sika bi pie mu a ena me de hwe me yire ne me ma ene se wo be kire me se menko bo besia bi ana menko na menko gisika bi ana menko gibibi emfa meye me busun yi a me kire so na emfasodi a menya wa adwuma me ye ho no ana se adwuma me ye no aketwe etua me ntino be gidi me ba school fees there metimi de market here. And that is how I want to situate the country Ghana. Proud from 2017, 2019, end of 2019, early 2020. Ghana buying omampeni na nado danko akufuado etiswono. Ye buy na enuanom NDC for the yako IMF. Na se ebeya obi be free IMF program ni mo no. Nana, you need to do a lot of work. Eduma no esunye. What I understand, Kran, is yes, who free IMF more. IMF benefit sometimes they are reluctant. But for the first time in our history, ye free mono. Now the IMF officials, Christian Lagarde and Penifo Kakono, they were excited at the way I am managing Ghana economy. Say if in 2019, Oraken of Foriata and in Penifoni big jubility, yeah. It was because we were getting out of the IMF program. The restrictions I would draw MIA. Now, at the point of entering into the program, no, Senkrofoniba and IMF in Ponifoniba near Besho Kratemu, near more certain conditionalities now due to more. At the year Duma, right from the start with the year to the time of ending. And one of the headache back one woman is saying, now one would freeze on employment, public sector employment. On the freeze at us. Say you see a buying intimate engage my for. It is a IMF program 4 years. Ghana timia year right from 2015 to 2019. Now you be free more. I think it called for some sort of appreciation. And we can say there was some kinky party. There was for me I thought it was unnecessary. But I mean Obiani the way he appreciates Senia, it was Senia Mako. So that's it. Say if somebody celebrates it is not because say NDC buy or buy Niema Senior or Nuntina and celebrate. It was because we were getting out of the program. And it's important for us to remind Ghanaians that it is the MPP government that gradually shepherded Ghana as a country. Yet me so you move kakran you did free IMF program.
Okay, if
I'm situating Ghana to that strong manner or Koba Ayen Juma de Biana. Ghana no na no ho odene Ghana no epe adwuma
me pacho se baby aye wo no se se ande anecdote ni ade ni nyina emfa mayen se asema mi bisa straight ne say mismanagement and as a global issues and the akopia
it is a clear case of global issues,
sir, and
that is what I was coming to now. And it's important for us to explain to listeners how the situation is. Say name it here a branch now they be okoba osorano pass him wako kanshi wako shishani niema is a hard-working young man. Sabi you opejuma. It is also say ye kono kobo besian wa ha koji ai grant wa koyese ya or you reluctant. Into becho say IMF program in Kwandia I won't go because it was on the path of recovery. Prior to 2019, Ghana now manfo edwumayefo Kesseh they were touting Ghana, say Ghana is the fastest growing economy in the world. Yes, say Ghana is the investment destination of the world. Enyuma Toyota no woba Nissan na woba enyuma Kesseh one man on they were all coming to Ghana. Na ye nyina enim nana say oyene Kesseh and breach Kesseh be bog we are san fine nyina nya Ghana pe. COVID-19 in so boni a COVID-19 at the bre Ghana any amaya wodwa e try ho ahia no. Now it was so obvious.
Ghana nkwana.
And I'm coming. Say, Nana. Out of the 190 countries under IMF, 100 of them have approached IMF. Say, Omope program.
No.
Out of
honorable T. What do 10 to 2 motia now nye hwe. Kade. hwa minor wo pese ye de ho toto wo mo se o makọ IMF no Senegal ekoko pesa arrangement no June 2021 that is Senegal. After that yenhwe Argentina, Barbados, Cameroon, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Equatorial Guinea, Ethiopia, Gabon, Jordan, Kenya, Moldova, Pakistan, Seychelles, Suriname, Colombia, Mexico, Peru, Panama, Chile, Afghanistan, Central African Republic, Chad, DR Congo, Afe Gambia, Kenya, Liberia. Am I way more? And I Ghana no every.
Sebio and Africa. Open one of the economies they were doing so well. Kenya, in terms of technology. I mean, they had advanced. And Ethiopia, that is more like the center of Africa. African Union, if all these countries are running to the IMF,
am I a and I began about to woman.
In 2 episodes to USA.
Oh, can global
to Canada.
Global situation yet globally. But yen shall be a Ghana, yes. Sub-Saharan Africa.
Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire. And then it's on the program. Just 2 days ago, Cote d'Ivoire, they have approved of it. Nana, go to Nigeria. Go to Nigeria.
Nigeria well to in the Papa Muno.
Maybe say audio to Sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, you have mentioned close to about 20 African countries, but maybe you don't regard them. Over Sub-Saharan Africa, within the Sub-Saharan Africa, countries bang NHN Nigeria, countries bang NHN Cote d'Ivoire.
Nigeria now I'm for them growing to me now.
But I'm saying, today in Cote d'Ivoire, they are even on the program.
Okay, so my straightforward question to you is, my straightforward question to you is, do you admit now, say, a mismanagement? And yako IMF and I say the original say a global trend.
No, it cannot be mismanagement, Nana.
But it
cannot be mismanagement because and I mean because of coronavirus in your revenue sika na kanen yetiminya in taxes embabium.
But I'm already because of coronavirus you $1 billion free.
Yes, I'll explain to you. I think that you need to allow me some 2 minutes to explain this matter to you.
Do
you $1 billion free?
Correct. Lawyers.
For even the 2022 budget, I approved in December 2020. Revenue generation by years will be na 100 billion. Expenditure now buying sika buying person would be 130 billion. Already, we had a deficit of 30 billion. I was in your copy. It is will be the 1 billion, bro, to run a program. Now, if we say that is the end. Mind you, with taxes I would draw, out of this 100 billion, but who create new neighbor? Because of borders, Sabione, one more nanke ko China, could dig China at the beginning. Ya close border no. China chrono crown, one more tomb because of coronavirus. Eti one more jadi for walk kanshi, one more walk antamanto, one more walk a mokola, one more walk getia, one more water credit market, and that's for they were unable to even do business and campus work on your own revenue. Ejuma for a ya by Ejuma over 700,000. Every year a buying needs to and as in every budget a buying makes rooms for them. Sikana yakofana when you did Jomoka. It is out of the taxes. Near my airport, near my a buying here, Nina count and a buying Bobo scanners at the church you might afford. But even in difficult moments during COVID, a buying decided say, Ghana Juma Fono, one swambo. Say the party credit fear no one yen Juma, it needs to be paid. So government needed to find the money to pay those people. We have a challenge. There's a huge revenue shortfall. There's a challenge. It is a challenge. How do we solve that problem? You cannot tax. You cannot solve this problem by taxing the Ghanaians the more. And then you call E-Levy. And home pinche a cost in as a phone. E-Levy is not doing well. Ghanaians are not paying the E-Levy. And then I was say buying here. I was say buying finding innovative means. I was say buying a pequanya. Obetimi aboa se beya Ghana for e ho be yan wo mo. It in the meantime no a branch na ne ho odin na wo kɔ na dwuma a abribi okɔ na dwuma no. Se bi okono konya ka akwanhia ana okono konya problem wɔ kwan so a it needs to be able to fall on sika and I say ekua or join na omumra mede embeso na sene, and that is what Ghana has done.
Okay,
so in the interim I want to ba say be yenya revenue shortfall, huge revenue shortfall a tour and na say for mba no yenko sun say IMF for ya yekua na omumra yin sika kakra na fa nchechire man until such a time where a man for will begin to appreciate say I will see a tuato, I will see a E-Levy, I will say will be a sika or the baby I will see all the back. Then we can now say ya begina and so and we'll find a way of getting out of the IMF. I can understand the concerns of Ghanaians. If you are someone for car, you know, and no man for ye, but in plain
because some MPP for big you see, African politicians I am to mean ya the end to Musadia Muye.
And I think that me Kesseh as a man for car, and I'm referring to the MPP. I mean, and that is why people will be a bit apprehensive. And I say, Kofo as a Kuma, and then you're making sorry. You see, because between the NDC and the MPP, Ghanaians know that the MPP are better managers of the economy. It is a Nyaman Koya. They will be angry the more with the MPP than the NDC. And then before a month for expressive press, it is because you have a certain belief, say, when it comes to the management of the economy, probably maybe the MPP does better than the NDC.
I see.
You know, whatever has happened to us, you know, surely we'll get out of it. That assurance we need to give to Ghana and say, Oman Penin and Nado Danko Kufuado, send you Ghana free IMF in 2019, will be a free move in the near future. Lawyer
Chum Berma, a private legal practitioner, member of the NDC's communication team, so, but Anzana lawyer Bebe no Marinkai Mose, Honorable Davis Opoku Ansa MP Mbraeso, yata friend OPK. Hence, I know a guy pa, na IMF nimti no a guy. See IMF buy any day, or Nidina ka OPK ni ho. Hey, Edio, many a Kabila na kana say or say. Malawi for be or say cows are trapped by their horns, men by their words. Lawyer.
Yeah, no.
That is saying.
Yes, indeed.
And also what is Yana?
Oh, no.
Anyway, so party move back
I don't.
Great. As I said, that person you may say Ghana is now back to the IMF. NDC, more candidates MPP for better managers of the economy. Near the market can be a global crisis. And now say a mismanagement. And the Abidu baby yedri.
All right, me that's I'm very enjoying coming up and then to you, and then Ghana for Ajibre. It's a watch it in the I mean, we more share on other platforms. So. Indeed, your question and the answer is very simple. Answer to that question is that we are here because of mismanagement of the economy.
Okay.
Dishonesty to the people of Ghanaians. I mean to Ghanaians. Any other than the bedroom. Say any nya aban we honest. No integrity. Kenya. But unfortunately, yanya aban as let me use your own word, or my son din no one take us. Intine ya bedroom pempens why you gumune ke bia na kanya ha ne yo e bia nke take some paces forward and ke yakuya ni ma chemba bi edun yidina ne but so wunya banya won take us abanya wo kan ba ko sabi empanin say ya braw ya ne yetifi semen wa yen kujina na force wo kwani yekujia na sorry but this is a government that has one na de I don't know brand on and one no no yeah
just we pan Ethiopia
of course I mean you don't need to be told you don't need to be told na President Muhammad never says you want to be one can be other I assumption and before they said no and some Ghanaians bought into that but I mean the real thing of that Ethiopia was from you know who said there was a function in Kumasi or 2-4 program or something. And I think Nalumba who was a band being now on Lumba, one of them. ana ban no boss any me are seeing or any nimbi and so mudiasa. I was here. I know by MB before I just attack and the man is also into you into no because I into the enemy. But to be all honest to ourselves, President Muhammad never, when you never be as simply be also that and Kesseh won't to be. But I mean, it became a word of the country. In the end, I always have a question. The answer is very simple. We are here because of mismanagement. But you see, the American Akran said, we'll make you a point and okay, send be. Now, me penny honorable, not want to me and Sassi. He was dangling around it.
Yeah, here.
Ubusan about say on specifically say MPP for demonize the word IMF and the institution IMF to Ghanaians. It was demonized by MPP people, including another group. And I'm glad you read his own words before saying them, including Dr. Baumia. Woman demonize the IMF, Ghana for me. In fact, I'm wondering when they even got to know the Ghana quite a member of the IMF. I'm wondering when they got to know that. And they also now I'm quite IMF there. We've gotten their ministers being deployed across radio stations in the country. Ashanti region, Greater Accra region. Omukaka Sandomun IMF. Munamukaka Mangofonti say Ghana Akrani a member of the IMF. Did you know that when you were in opposition? Which opposition enemies are? And I'm about and I'm the Ghana go to the IMF. Mumi and Jazzy. What I say? Mut demonize that institution. I'm a bit to say, as a what did in IMF? In fact, I'm about the ordinary loan graph IMF comes like my demon company. I go this Canada. Yet this so-called COVID Monday yet and transcended to the Mohamono. Eba, as you rightly stated, one would meet Tamusika $1 billion said the Chamokwa. Yet the Magana to today, our finance minister went to parliament to account for this monies. Look at the way he was fumbling. On one figures importantly. President even set up national address or more different figures. Finance minister also more different figures. Who is in charge? Who is in charge among these two? One day yet, or my penny they correct, and our finance minister they correct. Which of them? Or you are misreporting the reality, saying the city of our. But here we are. And you can get the information minister being bold to write a letter or issue a statement to Ghanaians telling us in his concluding paragraph, say, the reason why they are going to IMF is because of COVID and Ukraine. We are not serious. Did he really write that? And I don't know, I mean,
why will you say that?
I mean, why wouldn't I say that?
I want to know.
Why wouldn't I say that, my brother? If you say, so what your man will happen now? Boom, Kompokuchi, Kodo Pongroman one or translate and Samba one. Go and read his own words. Or on the videos that trend on various social media platforms. And someone won't carry.
Okay, so again, as I say, I'm more about where to know who say I am from so dear. All
right, Chenye.
Beyond till young Fanto Jensen or demonize more the end, they said them back at the Maka you or any idea. Beyond
my question.
Beyond criminalization, demonization of IMF, any idea no. What do you think is the main problem? Dear now, you is my way, ye. My maybe 3 concrete examples. They say, when now buying a year, year in Jamaica could do baby away.
All right. Let's look at one key thing. As at 2016, and then this will be na Ghana can near dinner 120 billion Ghana cedis. 120 billion. Now, as at then MBB came up and pushed it to 225 at the initial stage. 225. Now, IMF started warning us even before COVID say your debt rate escalated. You're very careful. World Bank country directors and now my signals telling us say and blame COVID. In fact, I have an article here, a free World Bank for
One more case countries now blame their problems or their woes on COVID. No, it's not true, because most of those countries were warned before time. They were warned that problems now more common. You are going through some kind of crisis. Be more Bob Sando, Busiano, this kind of. And all these things are increasing your debt ratio. When you're very careful. I can give you the article. I'm a Wawa kind of I'm into Ghanaians. World Bank said the problem started even before COVID. In any case, Ghana, COVID, when in Belgium, wild boys can be so. I am from my $1 billion. World Bank, my $430 million. Bank of Ghana, my be, ADB, my be, Sun Power, my be, and sorry. I mean, it's even chief executives and the government in church won't pay so. And the Ghana, where is that money? Sikana wahi. What do you use the money for? And now we come back. The same government now say IMF was wrong. And the first thing that they did was even to extend the due time. Don't forget, one by time I think 2018. One more extended by 1 more year. I'm a Korea 2019. And she movie said a while okay, Matun can get party I want to nominate any no problem. Diana buy in finance could be more. Diana buy in finance could be because instances back to these institutions in Mubia Akopemwano. Young within 4-year range. So what happened in Tia for the very first time? Mudia within 4-year range. Why you from now? I was Sandia Kujambi. I thought you said, because I'm saying the economy, the economy, somebody. I mean, every other Ghanaian doesn't know anything. But for the MPP, in the MPP, one and the new economy, no managing yet. About a sign an oil rich country, the country who is rich in oil, oil revenue, no oil revenue. Ukraine to Kwasi and Russia for attack on but don't forget, it has not affected our oil exploration. You go to oil, no? You go to the Equaton. If I now cry, I had imposing canon. So the country now enjoy all this revenue from the oil, no? And then buy in Tia, and the second country as I could say, want to miss the and what's the other? Some of the things that they will point to us will be things that we should have been reasonable to know. Why was I saying back home? For instance, hiring up, private jet, I would name you. A country like Ghana, your presidential aircraft, see what? Presidential aircraft, no, the time length, no, and so yet. And put a casana, what NASA. When you forget, for instance, I can't understand an example. For 27 and for 28 today, underwater, and then we knew. This aircraft is still viable, yet there are other African countries, the presidents. Whilst our president was chartering other ones to travel. About these things. And some of the said, now it's over one. So be reasonable in your expenditure. We see Kesseh now to see category to travel. Because the number one, but the first way who quiet the year, and some of the fata. It is the same Koyani men who young Kwan, and the fathers saw them now to be private jet and passes him. And now, 2025, 2026, when you are no more president, to private jet. You go commercial, cut your coat according to your size. So this is the problem. A bino 8 million. And for that reason, we hear some people now said, but these are the people who said to us, say, if your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. And that time on our case, our exchange rate was around 3.47 or something. Never knew from what if I say 4 running to the nearest decimal, then 4 cedis per dollar, and then $1 is saying, and now £1 is out. Now £1 a coin, £1 a coin. UK, I did 1 pound in zoo or chewing gum or something. And £1 and then a chroma 10 cedis and more. 10 cedis and more. Meanwhile, you and I know very well. So what the 10 cedis will be at. Why can't you be committing that to the other at the end, oh, chroma. What you did, but you can £1 touch it. You can buy food £1. And you never got it. No. And your coin. Just one coin. This is a Ghana coin, 1 cedi. And then I'm saying, exchange rate in the air for you and say a fundamental son. I am weak now. I am just asking questions to those who are saying it. Yeah, but so woman can then answer. And then when I'm sure this was the same position. And another better I say, or mining your yamai. Yet it's a casual comedy. Thank you. Oh, should be done. I can see that. Thank you. I'm not catching a war. And I catch a gun of when I said, or mining your yamai. And when I comes out in the video, was Sasson of my message to be. So, mining your yamai. Now, by is your man than you hear, man. Now, see it is casual by his Canada. Hannah Beriaco. And a commander in chief, what you want to me anti Baquin? I don't know how much the Canada. Then, as ye, we are asking them. And you are finding something to support your argument. Say COVID. Now, Maya, a quam when you hear and young one, Serania Benedium, Ghana come. Do you know what I did in America? Now, 2020 in Yanamo US. Check up and see a crowd for phone Google as at now in America. America because of COVID. Check a number. Never number to Ghana say. You can't say 1 million who a Ghana community saying, including the same money won. Not any pan TSA. Sabit of a show me and Nipa Akupo from every inquiry. And we here, any piano, the bush, the song for so. Miami mate be a man in the course secondary school, never. If we are not second, you got to free New York. A bagana, a jump number. Yes, you know. So does it. I mean, and somehow the whole is this year. And you're not personal, but the person say the kind of stress challenges in Kofonia may go yen that they are won't perform my son. Yeah, I be and see you. Now, how long are they content? Ghana and not to use when you're going. So, 3 reasons you. So does it. But in America, Edward, Mr. Babish, you see, fear not me, you fear you're done about best. Mimi, you are now was way me. Because barber shops, everything were closed down in Neduma for almost a year.
And the point is?
So the point is that the kind of hassles and challenges that some countries faced with COVID, Ghana didn't face it. So don't use that as an argument. And finally, Mamukra, Ghana rather benefited. Young COVID is over, so Opa, we can go on a challenge. And I will quote figures upon figures in this sky and Saka Okroma. But when 18 boom, I want to venture. But say I'm a phone. Yes, I home. Woman, my $1 billion. What has this government used the $1 billion for? What are they? Would you IMF Yen country? What are you doing? IMF $1 billion during COVID time, and when we say 2019, 2020, 2021, now say yeah, me say yeah, I'm about the GRE. I target for the revenue. I'm going for that. Check it. 2019 they exceeded. 2020 obroso. 2021 obroso. Even 2020 in COVID they obroso. In fact, 2021 quite almost say the kind of revenue target now you for the past 10 years before the 2021 they been see that. That was GRS West. Women sika ne been see that. An increase and been see that. So now the na ba ya o man musika wo je no second nyina COVID about so na second nyina second e ma na boro so amanfo san che obi aka ho waji wo di na di asaje nkrofo di na di asan di api so wo wie ye no wo say still na sika nyina asam man na kwa ho nyanya mu tiri say no o kopa mu afro bi nchen. How reasonable can this be?
In wrapping up,
that's my point.
Great. And Abusianfo, and then you Honorable Davis, Opoku, and Sayeta Freno OPK, and Priso MP, or constituent, Dr. Mrs. Beatrice, we are fair day, or so am Wajo. But I say,
no.
I
that's be brave.
Young Guana, mamma, no, or Miss Wayne, but only me too for our fat.
No.
I don't know just on the phone.
We hope you get it.
Cardinal. I think
yeah, but remember, also says, yeah. Enti Dr. Mrs. Beatrice we affair there ye mo akwa aba ochina or so better say e was Spintex road enti ye better yes ye beba ho na afia no abobon komo Dr. Mrs. Beatrice we affair there enufo maame also waba enti Honorable Simon or say mensa wa poncho reason oye Ashanti regional minister si enkomo yi e ne the pa mama no be 2 minutes pe na afia mensa emra abejafo no so e wo hasi na your person here we say live line 1 okay Honorable Majo
the offer in part of the sex
you adom nya MF di anka me ho ye
name the evidence sex which you offer
there be me offer them to me no
we they were offer the black link can never go
but IMF no dey mo anya ade mum
I never worked another pro as I said the fact and the kunya haban another pro obia or take budget action. Now, about Tunabo, a pen sentence, more budget to move, and then you may be a team. A big home, sir. The secret. And the Kunya Habai. Another. Obia for if you 17 times, a number. If you are the vehicle, no passes. Number 1, Finance Minister present 2022 budget to Parliament. For the revenue and expenditure projections based on NMB. And you know, it's a many way for you, many way for you, many way for you. So presently in November 2021, no one said COVID ever been kept. Whether that amount of water to be realized, Obinya and na Uina. No business can be. And this is off because of the current structure of the parliament, which is a hung parliament, held the parliament in abeyance for 5 months. You see, Ghana Yansen Yamabi. And Jabia, one more approval budget. I said it several times, making a home. No party, go and look for my sound bites. Come on, I'm opposition. Now, for to name be American and now, if it contradictory or America's already to be. Me say me sound bite American, come on, I'm opposition. And in that, can be contradicted him one. America's already to be. And this before held this government in abeyance for 5 months.
I ain't me and E-Levy, yes sir.
E-Levy.
Oh good.
Me wa bana city ka me nyano. E-Levy be ma me tin. Ye van say even and ka E-Levy be ban ye kra no de fan say. E new 50% of the year expecting. And I give just 1 quarter. January, and I'm seeing proven between November and December and then January in April, February in April, March in April, April in April, second year of every in
okay, and if I'm patching, may you want to see my members say, Entino, Unchurch, we I the Quack could say, NDC for Namia MFiana.
NDC, yes. And that is what they wanted. I'm telling you, Mama. You live in components.
2 minutes for wrap up, Mamma Pacho.
Oh, 2 minutes. Yeah, then the analysis, my new crank.
Of a time, Shadabra, near Moncomo. Shadabra.
And see, 4 months, 12 months, 1/3. 1/3 of the revenue effort in the court. Scaben elevation. Just tell me. Scade Ben ever tell and see a Bosumi Nana Chemono. Our man premium improve which was a component of the budget. And maintain that. Maybe a time will come, I'll go to court. See approve budget, approve appropriation bill, which included revenue from the E-Levy source. Not 4 months. Yeah, approve it. No, appropriation won't be approved yet. So I have to analyze that. The 4 months, it cannot near for, and the Benya says it cannot go to Kabia near credited bitra, expenditure.
And now IMF, I miss NDC for.
No, the baby said this for. You see, we have, yes, you have sent this for. 4 months now, yes, can see. You live, and we have a revenue gap.
But of how them say, me impose a many economists, me name Sikamu Bibiano, E-Levy, me catch them from the word go say, Munyai Fasoniso. Because
I think Fasoniso,
Fasoniso, and Faso also.
People like you, now, Mamma. Oh, no, what kind of
to Miss McCown, we are food.
Would your mammy, we are, how do they know?
We are mentioned our day.
Oh, bet my me, I will listen.
Oh, that was so far.
Yes, and the 4 months, yeah. What say, and what I say, I dear. The second factor, what say, and what to put to a bunker for me, and your man, yellow correct. And to introduce it in May, your woman best now I came. It will take 3 months. Not less than 3 months for people to examine and say, you live in a kind of crowd, thing. And in the first month, I introduce because then this is what including women and I can see our kind of say, including women, Martino, and to make up the transfer training with you. So the participation now was that you won't get it. And the revenue, you won't get it.
Okay.
And the maybe you are talking 5 months. Me was asking, can I see a Jeffrey Honor? A revenue, yeah, they call balance expenditure.
Okay.
And the damage in a twofold. One, woman, I'm Prince Wamia before December ending. They are implementing from January, February, March, April. Certicano, Yalusu, and it's included in the budget, the revenue source. Don't forget, say.
Not just of Anjemo, the mammy, MP before more than 1 year, Bonibia, I'm away. I'm telling today, make catch a woman, Bonia. I see. Of a better yeah, Prubu E-Levy, energy in Canada January, energy February, energy March, energy April. And one man said, "Why do you say, one from Sika and Koy, but you live? And one live Sika Koy, and I may your teeth cannot buy. And I live 5 months in Yay. Nina buy it. And as soon as I call, about say, your revenue shortage, I can, can't quite me. All right, Matthew.
The problem is NDC and you. And you.
Okay.
I'm a Kesseh E-Levy. Yes, me approve for 4 months.
Enter.
Including you, Nana Kesseh,
I see. Offer Honorable Simon Mensa, and that's a papa brain you to my phones here. My mention idea bako. I buy we buy a more and a more digitization buy, and I thought it was a perfect idea. Say, young called digitization. So yeah, digitization. I mean economics. No meaning say Sikano electronic. Into a move system. No musa. At any point in time, you have access to liquidity. Now the year you now call baby until so be decided so bokako iska. The moment you are more see Eddie E-Levy buy a pet and a man for who say worst of it a cry say me was cut my bank account to na me move be sign at the account of Floswa Mosum Bazajiska more as idea way nyina eti me catch them say E-Levy na mo de buy no mo sabi mo am planning year mo an hye ne year asam no hwe mo se mo baji E-Levy e de akwa tuatu e ho aka ye benya mo say 7 billion right. Projection was 7 billion and IMF yebenya 1 billion per any idea. E-Levy ni nyamai na road minister de na boso say metwa tom toa ubenya sika free money ubenya be free money somebody e 70 e kura no a menyi ni say at the time enough a road minister e twa tom no say Ghana bank say watu tom by 100% and go be na bako
na unum say so kan budget no a that's the paragraph na e kasafa to no say you betwa mu I can clearly say was say when that action will come on only when the budget is approved. Let me say even if that is not even the word in crown at the time a road minister take his decision had the budget been approved. No,
you see
Tobo no big man can message Tobo meba we a senior economist but be been fanidi into dra or say IMF does not put freeze on employment but rather net freeze on employment. These days, the IMF is also concerned about desired results and levels of employment, but not just employing people to do nothing. It wasn't only NDC that cautioned the MPP about E-Levy. Many of us warned government about the E-Levy as anti-digitization. People like Ashanti Regional Minister makes us upset about the MPP. Tell him that no economist in Ghana worth his salt spoke for E-Levy the way it was implemented. He is destroying government agenda on the IMF. The Emprioso MP did very well in admitting their mistakes, but the Ashanti Regional Minister is spoiling the case for the MPP. Is he telling all of us that Ghanaians don't know that the E-Levy wasn't good? So. Nana Freddy Ofuriata on also be ball. Honorable OPK abaso but was menkai intino or head me wachiraza OPK. Nana Freddy Ofuriata say OPK has done very well with his explanations. Let those who have ear listen to him, and let those who have to apologize. And no man diaka home. No. Okay, all right. Obi, was it?
Cut now.
Yes, sir.
Let me say opinion be cancel be brave. But I think say we need to move this argument say NDC 4 now year, MPP 4 now year.
Why won't I say NDC
4? It's not helping anybody. It's important say we set the record straight.
I want Fashion to minister.
Maybe. And I think say where we have gotten to as a people, no. I was here who said it is about the forward movement of this country. The other kind, I mean, this whole thing about E-Levy, pension the buyer. Now, it was absolutely unnecessary. Senior for Simon Kayano. Now, who he has a bit do some pension. But clearly, the NDC had an agenda and they pushed it. And here we are.
But is the NDC in Parliament to support you?
But I'm saying, in everything we do, as Mrashebe Jeni, I first of all look at the larger interest of Ghana before my partisanship comes in. But that said, there are certain decisions that you would think, say, Bia, or from Wakwata, it was so he hurriedly took that decision. But I'm telling you, sir, it was not his decision to immediately cancel Roto.
But whose?
Listen, Parliament can pass laws. Parliament can pass laws. But the implementation or otherwise of those laws rest with the executives. And so, you're passing ROPA. ROPA, no? Akoye mra ewo Ghana. And can say I'm an phone but the implementation of it, no, it will rest with the executive, whether we have money or we don't have money, and all of that, it rests with the executives. Now, if in the wisdom of the executive, they think say the collection of the Roto has certain dire consequences on the state, they will stop it. For instance, I was the #1 advocate for the stoppage of Rotos because one. The extent of pollution na rotos no ekosi to ye ba ko esi tuba tobu to work as wakwan so traffic the man highways are na crofo do traffic mo just to get to work. 2, because of sa tuba tobut no na afi population started to grow around the Wager Dam. Eti abribiano every year sika say just for chemicals to treat those facilities in Wager Dam no yensu ni niema no. It was huge. And in the wisdom of government,
party to say me party to say MPP can some which me I am a stretch say MPP ye party a why ye niema bebre aboa Ghana. Mamema one example, just one of it. Na me family you two okay so. Bibi to say mobile money interoperability. Fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea. Nya MPP na ye. And it's a road na a manual. Yaji toru manually. Na sa ujidi say my say man hours traffic more. What stops you from doing electronic?
Well, of course, but you see, to get to the electronic tool, no, it was not an easy task. For instance, in crowd drama no my electronic tools, no, it is because one, they have a good addressing system. It kana mana ni panikitano. It is linked to his address. It is a pikipe na aye. So we are getting there. We are getting there. We share the entire digital space. Any near my in the digital space. Now housing addressing system. And if you be our house number. And then Ghana card. It is linked to Nkrofo. So clearly, we are gradually getting there, and it will get to a time we introduce electronic levy. South Africa wanted to introduce electronic towing. For a very long time, they could not, because the people were resisting it, and largely because government could not keep track of almost citizens, until you're able to know, say, akwalakra ewonu na manie odi bone ebetimi tracking in the UK. Hey. Who kono police ni nyina kwan ho eye camera keke camera na nya capture wa abusun bedu ni abrel ayi ticket o ticket no e wo so okotua e ti asema make check Ghana for say enyema akoso e wo Ghana sebio esika sem ni niema e de ya amanyosem no ni nyina ye amanyofo e ti no obi kasi ye de ya amanyosem a you would understand. But where we have gotten to, we need to shift away from the politics, the partisanship, and to look at the larger interest of Ghana. Because and then pempre agree on my penny decision see IMF for me it is a savior for this country, it is a savior for our economy, and it's important say we'll do that.
And it should be a practical learning for the NPP.
No, it should be. You see that is why Nana I'm sorry, but you see you seem to be too fixated at trying to blame the MPP.
Now, me blame why?
But how can you blame MPP for COVID-19? How can you blame MPP for Russia-Ukraine war? And the dire consequences of the Russia-Ukraine war, you have no idea.
Martin boss.
Esama Ekraba Ghana.
Martin.
Don't want to free Ukraine.
Who is that so-called economist? Mention his name for me. I also heard others supporting the E-Levy. The partisan approach to economic discussion served no one any good. So is it the stopping of the road tolls which is taking us to engage IMF?
The road toll was not even giving 100 million. It wasn't giving us 100 million.
I was a friend of my mayor Abenanyako.
Sir.
Was you with you?
Wabawano. But see, what's your friend say?
I'm Mammy Abenanyako.
You Mammy Yako, no, I say so to
you know. Ona wusi mo semenza. Mena ne gwa kama mo.
Sa. Oh, asema ka be one.
No be dai.
Asema ntichi mo de ma anya de.
Na se wo ka na nya de.
Ande me de me nya me ma na me de.
Ukura so ofa no kwa na nya de. E wo se wa ofa e kan. Busa ofa se 4 months na wasi ya nya revenue no ono waji pay.
Ankasa me me se me ofa no.
Ayo.
Aha, me am ofa.
Ante me se busa ofa se. Abosume na wasi aban enya revenue which is like a faso right. Well, aban enya sika faso no. Ono oja kadua. January oja kadua. January 2020 waji pay. February waji ye. March oje. April waji pay na. Ada na wan kan tra ban sa mamu se abosume na wa boka. Etimisi kamenye.
Into wrapping up.
Anu am wutrim. But now you are blaming the NDC na am yan pass E-Levy amount. I'm want to revenue and anything I call IMF. That simply tells us that the MPP as a party doesn't even know why they're going to IMF.
I see.
Because the finance minister position or the government position, and there's someone they are two different things.
Have you heard the finance minister speak?
No, I mean, if
No, I'm
no,
saying, sir, have you heard
senior.
The only position that you should take.
I'm saying
listen,
the government position.
I'm coming. The only position that you should take should be that of the president.
But the
president is in his own wisdom.
He speaks through who?
The president in his own wisdom.
He speaks through
has
who?
decided say we should go to IMF.
Because of what?
And I'm telling you, sir.
And he started Ukraine and COVID as reasons.
Well, of course.
In the letter of Kodo Pongroma.
Of course.
Can that be reasonable enough?
Isn't it reasonable?
We haven't
Go and read about the effect of Russian-Ukraine war on several economies.
I mean,
go and read about it. I mean, don't play politics.
I don't come and sit on a show without reading. But you see, I will never agree with you, sir. If we sit in Ghana and say, we are going to IMF because of the Ukraine war. I will never agree with you.
Countries are going to IMF because Russia and Ukraine. Go to the IMF website.
No.
Go to their publication.
Listen.
Read about it.
Listen. I have a publication.
Don't do this.
No, but don't do this. Me on publication.
We are on radio. We are educating people on a very sensitive matter like this.
I said about this. Me mentioned the publication. Opa, I'm saying I'm a wawa can actually what you okay. What happens? What bank catch I say? I mean,
lawyer. Next time, Obama Kota or document via tender in as exhibit. Mainly
no, but when you can watch when we have the internet over down. I see I'm not talking.
The more reason that's like I'll tender in. Me
trust me, but I was like, okay, I think it has open now. But when the debt crisis hits high, don't simply blame it on the pandemic.
Who said that?
And World Bank,
this is
World Bank. When the debt crisis hits, don't simply blame the pandemic. World Bank published in 28th of June 2022.
We are blaming Russia and Ukraine. How do you say it's a pandemic?
Look at your letter.
How do you say it's a pandemic?
The letter signed by Kodo Bongo saying.
No, please. Relax. You are a lawyer. You are a lawyer.
You are going because
just a few minutes ago. You were making claims that the government should not blame Russia and Ukraine war. And saying in the letter of the finance information minister,
yes,
he made claims that Russia and Ukraine war is a contributing factor to the war.
He cited COVID number one as the first thing, and cited the Ukraine war as number two.
And I'm telling you,
both can never be a grounds for your argument.
Oh, please.
It can be.
Spare me.
I'm giving you that, and I'm giving you what bank said. Listen, I'll put the article for you.
I can understand.
When the crisis hits, do not blame it on pandemic. This is what
we did worse than what he's doing.
28th June.
I can understand.
Okay.
Nyame mwa party for me anyway no munyini. Wahagana che. Abusia ha ena me demo ABC once again me gyina mu nyina nam na mada maami bia makwafo ene me production team asese meni ho omohwe akiri ede ema me yefrɛ me nana ya Kesseh obetumi afrɛ me the cardinal Isaac Odro Patricia Sefa Fisher Elizabeth Jean Prince Bafo Asamoah Samuel Apia omna hihye na me di ho chia me anwumrei Honorable Davis Opoku Ansa OPK Empire so MP ena lawyer Chumberma private legal practitioner member of the NDC's communication team mumienu ene transe a ye twetwe enkomo de rade asomdwe gya mu nyina da mo ase anwumre se munya bre etie yen hwe onso yi o eno ankwankwa ngoto amane ebiem makrawo